This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Potentially at a bit of a crossroads in your life where things are changing.
We've talked about this on air before, and I just ignored it. Like, I went on with my life, didn't really think about it until recently again, because I sent a picture of myself reading in bed to my girlfriend's group chat. And a little bit of my belly is hanging out, like exposed.
The gut was
It actually looked quite good that day. I don't know if I was dehydrated or what, but the only thing that they could talk about after that was the fact that I still have my belly button pierced and I'm 31. Every single one of my girlfriends is like, Lisa, take that out. My girlfriend Liz hates it. She's always like, it probably stinks. You're gross. Take it out.
They were huge in the 90s and then like even
And
the 2000s. But that's kind of it, right?
I don't know. Do young people get their belly button pierced? I don't know if I've seen anyone younger than me with one.
I like the look of like a pierced belly button. I think they're nice.
Still?
Yeah.
You don't think it looks outdated?
But you've said that I'm into a trashy look.
Okay. You think my belly button ring is trashy?
No, but I did Google our belly button rings out. And as I was typing it in, Google tried to finish it by saying our belly button ring's trashy. So
you're supportive of me keeping the belly button ring because you're like all for it.
I think you should get like a dangly one.
Oh, God.
Those are the best.
I actually am scared at the thought of the process of trying to get it out because I think someone needs the jaws of life. I've had it in there for so long.
I had mine pierced. If we raised, I think it was $5,000 for the YWCA here in town, I said I'd get my belly button pierced, so I got it done live on air.
Yep.
It was catching on everything.
Mm-hmm. It is quite frustrating, especially now with high-rise jeans being so in fashion.
And even like the leggings and Lulus and all of those are built now to be kind of high-risers. I bet it's annoying. So my only suggestion to you is if it is annoying, you should get rid of it, especially if it's not like all that trendy anymore.
See, it doesn't annoy me. I don't mind it. I'm so used to it. And I kind of like it. Like, I'm scared to take it out and realize I hate my belly button. And also, a lot of people don't know what my body looks like, but I have a lot of like scars on my stomach from mole removal and stuff. And I just don't want another thing on my stomach. So
where are you at with other piercings, like tongue piercing?
Oh, God, I can't even imagine meeting someone that has their tongue pierced anymore. So am I in the same category as that?
Yeah, I would say like tongue piercing is the same era of popularity, right?
Okay, so quick poll in the text line. Should I take out my belly button ring? And like, be completely honest with me. If you're someone that's like, Lisa, get it together. It's time to go. I am totally okay with your honesty right now.
Okay.
Something I've realized is I have a new group of friends. And they listen to our show and they're on the text line.
Okay.
There are so many women listening right now that are contributing. Thank you so much.
So much more kind than your actual...
Yeah, well, if you think about it, like the friends that you've had for 15 plus years, of course you're going to roast each other in your group chat.
True.
But I think I'm moving on. I think I'm going to hang out with Rachel and Aubrey and Sarah and Alyssa and Janice and Crystal and everyone else that keeps texting and telling me to keep my belly button ring in.
Keep it.
Yeah, I love this.
All right, so you're keeping it.
For now.
What about...
Until we circle back to this in 6 months.
Play 107.
Time for Recommend Something, where we recommend something.
Okay, I'm torn between two things.
No.
What?
You shouldn't be.
Why?
Just don't do the jars. Do the other one.
I think the jars one's interesting.
No, nobody cares about jars.
I think you're underestimating how many people love jars. Okay, I'm doing both. I don't care what you think. Okay, I found these jars at Dollarama, and they're so cute. They're glass see-through jars, but the lids are a light bamboo, and they're only $2 a piece, and they come in different sizes, and they're so cute if you're someone that's like an organization freak. I put a bunch of different like candies in them and chocolates, and it's so aesthetically pleasing in the pantry. 10 out of 10 recommend. They kind of try and hide them. They're on the bottom shelf at Dollarama, but go and get them before they're sold out. They're so cute. People care about jars, Ryder. $2? You could probably get the same ones at HomeSense for like $12. Stop it.
Yeah, you don't get to do another one.
Yes, I do. If you are sad that chestnut praline is not on the Starbucks menu anymore, get the toffee nut latte.
And I'd love to do my recommend something, but sadly we're out of time.
No, we are not. Get over it.
Yellowstone, great show, Amazon Prime.
Okay. 2 months ago called. Everybody knows that.
And Lisa.
Play 107.
You know when your phone sends you a news top story?
You know it's a big story when that happens, yeah?
Exactly. I got so many when Trump was president. It'd be like every day there would be a push notification on my phone.
It's been very quiet
It's definitely slowed down. But I just got one 15 minutes ago, and it's very exciting news. Health Canada has approved a new COVID-19 vaccine. Astrazeneca? Astrazeneca, is that how you say it?
Yeah, oh, yes, of course it is. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Me neither.
super exciting news, though.
Yeah, that'll help get those vaccines out in like somewhat reasonable time.
Not me over here just Googling which one's the best, though. Now what? How do I choose?
I'm only interested in the Astrazeneca.
Oxford Astrazeneca.
Tell me something good.
My story is about a Value Village employee that found $85,000 in a bag that was donated. And he did what most of us probably wouldn't do. Got a hold of the police and made sure the cash went back to its rightful owner.
Do you think you would keep it? There's something about the human, like we have guilt.
Yeah,
you'd give it to the cops.
I don't think the guilt of walking around for the next 10 years looking over my shoulder like I did something wrong would be worth even $85,000.
I'd probably take like $20.
If it was, let's say, $2,000, keeping it.
Tell me something good.
7.
That was episode 1 of Dance Anthem Friday.
Yeah, we got a text from, who was it that wrote in? Tara, so hard to Macarena and drive.
True. Very hand-oriented dance move.
Yeah.
You're not sold on like group dances.
No,
Lisa.
okay, so I think that they're all right, but when I'm doing it, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, I hope no one's looking at me.
Nobody is, because everybody's doing the same thing. So they're just looking at the group collectively.
No,
It's not
because
about
you're
you.
lined up and you're in like several lines. So when you do the like twist and turn, someone's looking at you. And
Why
you're
are
like,
you have to do several lines before you hit the dance floor? Is that what you
Ryder,
said?
that's not funny.
Well, I thought that's what
I
you
don't
said.
do that. I pass dare with flying colors.
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of those moments. It's like walking back after you bowl. You feel awkward. I think it's fun. I think the experience is great, but I feel awkward. I'm like, what do I do with my face? Like, what do you do with your face?
No.
Think about when you're line dancing. What are you doing with your face? Do you smile?
Yes.
Do you look? No.
You're having fun.
No, everybody is serious. Everyone has this serious face, like they got to remember the next move. I don't like it.
Okay, so what about like YMCA? How do you feel about that? Like if you were in a group of people that were doing the YMCA, would you
that
be
one's better.
You'd be the party pooper who sits on the outside and is like, nah.
I would do it. But after like the 6th YMCA, it's like, all right, do you walk off? What do you do?
Okay, what about like some of the other ones? There's new TikTok trends that are like dance moves.
Okay, yeah.
Even if you remember
do it
like
twice,
the
and then
blinding lights dance move, would you do that at the club?
Not nonstop until the song's over.
Would you do it once at the club?
I would try it.
Yeah?
But again, what do you do with your face? Who do you look at? Who do you look at when you're line dancing? Do you look at the ground?
No, again, I said this at the start and I need to reiterate. It's not about you. It's about the vibes of the collective group. If somebody's watching, they're going to be like, oh, look, everyone's doing the same dance. This is fun.
So no one should feel embarrassed line dancing?
They're not going to be like, look at that Lisa chick's face. Play 107, it's Ryder and Lisa. We were just talking about how Lisa gets embarrassed while doing group dances, and she said it's almost as embarrassing as walking back to the group after you bowl.
I don't care if you had a strike.
Yeah.
I don't care if you, I don't care. It doesn't matter. The walk back is so vulnerable.
Okay.
I hate it. I almost want to start learning how to moonwalk so I don't have to look at anyone when I get back to my seat.
Okay.
But then at the same time, the walking off the dance floor when you're just like done line dancing is also just as embarrassing for some reason. So what is the most embarrassing walk? What about when you're leaving a doctor's appointment? You got the sheet in your hand. You're walking out and through a group of people waiting for theirs. Awful.
Okay, I've got one.
You think you can beat those?
Yes, I could beat all of those put together.
Okay, I can't wait.
Having a mediocre Halloween costume as a man and walking into a Halloween party.
Yes. Even if it's a good one.
Yeah.
Why is it so embarrassing? Everyone's looking at you and they're like, oh, I love your costume. And you just want to sit in a grave.
And then like 2 minutes after you're at the party, doesn't bother you at all anymore. It's no longer even worth talking about. But when you walk in for the first time and everybody turns and looks at you, that moment.
I hate it so much. What are we doing?
Okay, 780-784-7107. We need to add to this list.
Okay.
The most embarrassing walk. Arguably the hardest we've laughed at the text line ever. We're talking about the most embarrassing walks on the way back to the airplane bathroom. But it's when people know you're going to the bathroom.
This text here, as a parent, when you're walking out of anywhere holding your screaming child, like a surfboard.
That's a really good one.
Listening.
Or how about like the walk to the sample table at Costco? I don't know why, but that is always an embarrassing walk.
When
people
they offer you a sample and you're like, oh, I guess. But like, we all know you want it.
You're there for the samples.
How about Rachel's text? The food court, hands down. Everyone is judging you. No, I don't think they're judging. I think they're more so curious about what you're eating. They're trying to decide.
We have Rachel on the phone to explain it.
The food court is the worst. You're walking around and you're just like, everybody is staring at your food. I'm like, get away from my tacos and my fries because I'm on a trip around the world, Brittany, and your name is not on my ticket.
Thank you for the call. When a man shaves and the walk to see his family for the first time as a new man.
I still remember when my dad shaved off his iconic mustache and we were like, who are you? And it was that moment, that facial expression. You put all of your pride aside. The walls have crumbled down and there you are. This text made me laugh so hard. Thank you, Sheriff. It says, walking back to your seat after a presentation.
Yes. Keep these rolling in.
Okay, so I just thought of a really good one. When you're at a wedding and your table gets called up first to eat and the walk back to the table with your huge plate of food and the tables are all looking at your food.
Yeah, wondering if everybody eats like that, if there's going to be any left at all. We did get another one about weddings too, when you're like a bridesmaid and you have to walk up the aisle, especially if the bride's like, please be like really slow.
Imagine if you hate your dress too. Or the walk in when they introduce the bridal party at the dinner.
Devin said, like, when you get absolutely lit up when you're playing net, like when you're goalie in hockey.
I can't imagine being a goalie and they pull you.
And then you have to skate to the bench and everybody's looking at you. That would be a really bad one.
I hate it so much. Crystal said another embarrassing walk you need to add to the list is when you're at emergency and you get called in before someone who has been complaining and has been there for hours. You just walk with your head down.
Really good one. Candace, you have a couple for us. What's the first one?
Oh, when you're dropping off your, going to the lab and you're dropping off your stool sample and everyone in the lobby is staring at you, trying not to make eye contact.
Well, I think like anytime you're carrying dumps can be put on the list because like even if you pick up dogs poop.
Yeah, all that too.
And you have the hot bag in your hand and somebody sees you picking it up, that walk is pretty embarrassing too.
See, I don't mind that one. You're being a good person.
Yeah, I guess. But you have to go around the whole block with this steaming bag of poo. I don't know.
Okay, Candace, you also had another one that we need to add to the list. What's another embarrassing walk?
Oh, when you're at the club and you go and try to, ask someone to go to dance and you get straight up rejected and you have to walk back to your table of friends laughing at you. Yeah.
Oh, that's a devastating
heavy.
one. Yeah.
That's so heavy.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that before.
Oh, yeah. All the time for me, so.
It is time for Radio Shark Tank, where we both pitch ideas and you tell us whose idea you'd rather invest in.
Hey, sharks. Are you sick of finding someone else's toenails on the counter? Are you disgusted by the fact that someone's alpha keratin just touched your foot because they cut their nails and let their dirty claws fly across the room without having the courtesy to find them and throw them in the trash?
Sometimes they go rogue.
Well, don't fret. I'm Lisa Evans, the CEO and inventor of Clippy Vac, a mini vacuum that attaches to your nail clippers to catch every single nail that flies off.
Good.
This battery-powered technology is lightweight and easy to empty out for the next Wolverine who needs a manicure. So what do you say, Sharks? Are you ready for a clean-cut experience? Invest with me and the Clippy Vac today.
I've seen those with razors, like men's razors, for when they're shaving their face. They have like little vacuum systems. It's really smart. I usually chirp your ideas. But
Are you trying to say that I stole my idea?
Kind of.
Okay.
All right, my turn. Hello, Sharks. I'm Ryder, CEO of Tee Off, the golf clothes exchange program. Are you bored of your red golf shirt and black golf pants that you've worn every time you've golfed for the last 3 years, but you don't want to spend $700 on new golf apparel because it's terribly overpriced? At Tee Off, you take that tee off and send it to us, and we will send you another golfer's outfit that they're bored of and send them yours. That way, all your golfing buddies will think you're super fly for having such a wide variety of gear, end up a little intimidated by your swag, and then lose money to you probably. Tee Off.
All right, you are pretending to be the multi-million billionaires. Who are you investing your money with? What was mine called?
Clippy Vac.
The Clippy Vac.
Clippy Vac or Tee Off. Golf clothes exchange program. Radio Shark Tank just wrapping up, and with another episode of Lisa beating me at listener voted games, Lisa's Clippy Nail wins. It's not fair because every girl thinks like you're her best friend. You're like
we are.
Girl power,
We are.
sisters, and all the guys that text in have a crush on you. So I never win anything.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.